Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level grammar lesson, and today we're going to be talking about both reflexive and reciprocal pronouns. So what are they doing in each of these pictures? So we use reflexive pronouns in a sentence when the subject and the object are the same. So we're going to compare these sentences. So here, Rupert is pointing at Rupert. So Rupert is pointing at himself. Carla is pointing at Carla. So we would say Carla is pointing at herself. And both Rupert and Carla are pointing at themselves. So what's happening here? Now this is not a reflexive action, it is a mutual action. This means that you do something to me and I do the same thing to you. So Rupert is pointing at Carla. Carla is pointing at Rupert. So we would use the reflexive pronoun, the reciprocal pronouns. Rupert and Carla are pointing at each other. Or we could say Rupert and Carla are pointing at one another. So one another and each other have the same meaning. However, each other is used more in spoken English. So Mohammed and Riley had a fight last year. They haven't spoken to each other since. Before marriage, they had known one another for 10 years. So each other and one another do not change form. You can use each other and one another with more than two subjects. So there was a loud noise. Everyone looked at each other. We all wondered what had happened. After 10 minutes, the students looked at one another and thought, "Where's the teacher?" So this is a review of the reflexive pronouns. So you have the subject pronoun, the object pronoun, and then the reflexive pronoun for each of these. So I, me, myself, you, yourself, he, him, himself, she, her, herself, it, itself, we, us, ourselves, you, yourselves, and they, them, themselves. Alright, so now pause the video and try to complete these sentences with a reflexive pronoun, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. So Sally slipped on the stairs and hurt herself. I looked at myself in the mirror and saw my first gray hairs. Do you like this cake? We baked it ourselves. I wanted to take the laptop to the computer shop, but Jonas said he could repair it himself. Have you seen that painting? Apparently Edgar did it himself. Jeremy and Nicole have both lost their house keys. They have locked themselves out of the house. Now you're going to choose either the reflexive or the reciprocal pronoun. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Mom and Dad are going to a restaurant tonight, so we have to make ourselves dinner. If you don't eat good food, eventually you will make yourself ill. When we were young, we played together every day, but now that we are at university, we don't see each other much. In our family, we usually give each other presents at Christmas time. Listen, Fiona, I know you're shy, but when you go to the office tomorrow, it is very important to introduce yourself to the other staff. All right, now you'll fill in the blanks in each sentence with one of the words or phrases from the boxes. Katie, Bevan, and Simon have known each other for almost 10 years. I can't afford to pay for this entire dinner. I suggest that we each pay for ourselves. The cat and dog stared at each other for 10 minutes. I thought they were going to fight. Babies are usually unable to feed themselves until the age of 8 months or so. My mom complains that young people don't talk to each other these days. She thinks sending a text message is impolite. Right, now pause the video and try to complete this story, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Landon was at the supermarket. While he was looking for cheese, he saw a woman. He thought, I know her. The woman looked up. She and Landon looked at each other for a few seconds. Then they realized they had known each other for a long time. In fact, they were old school friends. Landon thought to himself, I can't remember her name. The woman said, Wow, Landon, we haven't seen each other in many years. You look great. You haven't changed at all. Landon smiled to himself and thought, well, that's not true. I'm 45 now, not 15, and what is her name? The woman said, Hey, give me your phone number. It would be great to catch up sometime. Landon agreed, and they said goodbye to each other. When Landon arrived home, he decided to cook himself dinner. While he was preparing dinner, the phone rang. Hello, Landon speaking. Hi, Landa, it's Ava. We ran into each other today at the supermarket. Ah, Ava, he thought to himself. I had completely forgotten your name. Landon, I'm going to a party this weekend. There will be other old friends from school. Do you want to come? You'll really enjoy yourself. All right, so now you're going to match the left to the right column. So Lena and Hong wanted a child for a long time. Now they will finally have their own baby. I'm tired of sharing this room with my little brother. I want my own room. Bryce and Lily rent an apartment. They want to buy their own house in a few years. I went on vacation with my friends, but next year I plan to go by myself. And I don't like buying vegetables from the supermarket. In fact, these days I grow my own vegetables. So by myself and on my own mean alone. So look at the example sentences carefully. Jim was in a bad mood. Instead of sitting with his friends at lunch, he sat by himself. Tina always sits with her friends at lunch. She doesn't like to eat on her own. In my country, you cannot drive a vehicle by yourself if you are under 18, but in New Zealand, you can drive on your own at 16. And remember that alone does not have the same meaning as lonely. So now you're going to choose which is correct. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Sally had a fight with Juan at the party. She went and sat in a corner by herself. I love my children, yet I really want my wife and I to have a vacation on our own. Engen is so unfriendly these days. He only wants to spend time on his own. He never wants to do anything with us. I think it's sad that so many elderly people live on their own. You must do your homework on your own. I can't help you with it. We use my own, your own, etc., plus a noun to show that something is mine, yours only, and that you don't share that thing with anyone. Finally, I had enough money to buy my own car. We'll never have our own house. The prices in this city are too high. When I was a child, I lived in a house that had its own garden. We want our own house. We want to live by ourselves. All right, now complete the sentences with the words from the boxes. Pause the video, try it on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. She's too young to have a phone. She can have one when she's 12 or 13 years old. I don't want her sending texts all the time. Both bedrooms, let's see, I'm sorry, this should be to have her own phone. Good. Both bedrooms in our apartment have their own balconies. I prefer not to have my own car. I like to use taxis. You should buy your own computer. You will need one for university next year. You'll need it for your assignments. Hey, why are you drinking mine? Get your own cup of coffee. If you do something yourself, instead of letting or paying someone else to do it, we also use own. As a child who grew up on a farm, we never went to the market. We grew our own fruit and vegetables. In some countries, you don't have to send your child to school. You're able to teach your own children at home. He's not a real musician. He can't even play his own instruments. And so this is the construction that you use, the verb plus the possessive adjective plus own plus a noun. So in these examples, grew is the verb, our is the possessive adjective, own, and then fruit and vegetables, the noun. Here we have the verb teach, the possessive adjective your, the word own, and then the noun children. And here the verb play, the possessive adjective his, the word own, and then the noun instruments. All right, and then we'll finish by completing these sentences. I prefer to make most of the food that we eat. I even make my own bread for sandwiches. Did you know that she makes her own clothes? That's probably why she always looks so stylish. I was poor as a student, so sometimes I cut my own hair. Do you know how easy it is to make your own yogurt? You just need milk and a little bit of bacteria. Don't believe Jason. Do you know that when he was at college, he didn't even write his own essays? And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.